What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, you know something? We're going to do a part 3 to this video because we're talking about the same two guys, same situation, and I have more thoughts. And I want to just bring awareness to some situations. And of course, I'm talking about Alexander Usyk, the new undisputed world heavyweight champion, and Tyson Fury. Now, with all of what I said already, let me say this. Tyson Fury is absolutely crushed by this loss. The man yelled out Happy New Year after the fight. I'm like, what? Is it New Year's in Saudi Arabia? Okay, whatever. Okay, anyway. Tyson Fury, in his heart and mind, was loving the fact that he was being told he's the greatest heavyweight of this generation. How do you predetermine that? He never fought AJ. He never fought Joseph Parker. He never fought Andy Ruiz. So how do you just determine that? Well, if he beat Wilder, he can beat them. Bullshit. Do you guys understand? Wilder is an extremely limited fighter, and he was in the position of having this aura of he can knock out anybody, right? And basically, Tyson Fury didn't have a problem saying that Wilder was the second best heavyweight in the world. Remember, after he fought Dillian White, he said Dillian White is still going to be trouble for all the top guys because he's strong. Well, Dillian White like trash in his last fight. Now, not that we'll see if he has any improvement in his next fight. Okay, but once again, it's like I'll give everybody credit except for AJ. I have a question for you guys too. When AJ got clipped by Dillian White, who can punch, he never went down. Now, we seen him go down against Andy Ruiz, but he was never like wobble. He was never like on spaghetti legs. And I'm not going to sit here and make excuses about nothing, but we all know, plain and simple, there's no need to make excuses, but we all know what Sarafina told us happened. But people want to, overlook that, and we went damn near 3 years of excuses for Wilder and Fury. Also, they said Anthony Joshua is chinny. Why? Usyk never knocked him down. Usyk never had him buzzed like that. He had Tyson Fury all over the ring. If it wasn't for the ropes, he'd have been down. So notice how nobody's saying Tyson Fury is chinny. Notice how nobody's criticizing Tyson Fury for his loss. They're praising him in his effort. Instead of saying, hey man, AJ did his best and it wasn't enough. No, he's chinny. Oh, he's not. AJ's overrated. No, but they're praising Tyson Fury, who, if Tyson Fury was as good as he say he is, and his fans say that, I mean, he should have dominated little Usyk. So is Fury chinny now? Is he chinny? You see, all of this, and he thought he was going to be called the best fighter of his era, and he wasn't going to have to fight AJ because everybody knows I'll beat AJ. Why? Because I beat Wilder. He didn't want to fight Usyk. He didn't want to fight AJ. Let me show you how people are such hypocrites. First of all, for Tyson Fury or his fans to accept this whole I beat Wilder, Usyk beat him twice. So what? Are you saying you're going to beat Usyk? Wait. But nah, you got to look at this though. Wilder is better than this one and that. Wilder ain't better than shit. Wilder just has the right hand. Wilder's not better than shit. Okay? Bottom line is, Wilder never fought AJ or Andy Ruiz. So how the fuck we don't know that Andy Ruiz won't beat Wilder? Right? Everybody talk that shit. I see him landing the right hand and knocking Ruiz out. They said the same thing about Joseph Parker too. What happened? So that being said, right? Notice how when Anthony Joshua beats Otto Wallin, you got some of the people who don't want to admit that they were wrong want to make excuses. Well, he beat Otto Wallin because they were sparring partners. Yeah, I know. Johnny Nelson said that bullshit, and all these other people tried to fucking, well, he knew him and he knew what he had to do. Okay, the same way he knows Wallin knows AJ. And hasn't it always been fighters say they don't want to fight their sparring partners because they know each other? Well, they're both fighters, right? But no, AJ don't get credit for that because he knew what he was supposed to do. Come on, man. Then all of a sudden, Francis Ngannou drops Fury with one punch. Does that make him chinny? No, Ngannou can really punch. Wait a minute. Then y'all were debating, y'all thought that Anthony Joshua didn't hit harder than Tyson Fury? Are y'all stupid? So now all of a sudden, right, just like saying Deontay Wilder beat Robert Helenius in one round and it took AJ 8. Okay. Anthony Joshua destroyed Wallin. Wallin cut Fury, hurt Fury, and gave him a fucking run for his money. Okay? Francis Ngannou dropped Fury and had him scared to come in, and Fury did nothing but move, herk and jerk, jab, hold, move, and didn't do much of shit. AJ got rid of him in 2 rounds. Okay? No, we're not going to give him credit for that. Ngannou's overrated. Well, Ngannou don't have experience. How much experience did he have before he fought Fury? See, this is what I'm telling you. None of those things worked for Fury the way he thought they would. So now we find ourselves in a situation where people are showing their true colors. And the fear of Tyson Fury getting his ass whooped by AJ is why people talking this retired shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why they talk this retired shit. I'm going to tell you right now. If somehow, listen, I respect Usyk as a fighter. I'm tired of Fury, and I'm glad he lost. And I made that emphatically clear last time. But if either one of them fight AJ, I'll bet money on that. AJ would beat both of them. He beats both of them. Plain and simple, he beats both of them. I watched the fight and I said Usyk did what he was supposed to. For sure, he did what he was supposed to. But make no mistakes about this, y'all. When fighters go through ups and downs and then like you see them go through their down period and they come back, doesn't matter whether you like the fighter or not. What matters is the fact that they're able to do what they need to do. So you hating on AJ is not going to change anything. See, it's funny how even in defeat, let's make excuses for Wilder. Even in defeat, let's make excuses for Fury. But when AJ lose, AJ's overrated. Oh, AJ's not the guy we thought he was. Okay, cool. So that means that Fury shouldn't have a problem fighting him. And Usyk shouldn't have a problem fighting him again. Right? Simple. My whole thing is this, right? When you hear a real true fighter say, it will be an honor to share the ring with such and such. That's what real warriors do. Not make excuses like, oh, there's no need for me to fight him. Let's go back to the face-off. Fury said there will be no fight with AJ. Absolutely not. This man beat him twice. I beat Wilder. Do you understand what he was telling you? I'm assuming that I will beat AJ. No, I want you guys to think that I'll beat AJ. Why? Because I beat this man, Deontay Wilder, who's the second best heavyweight. That's what. And look, even without the belts, right? People were saying Wilder was the second best heavyweight. So even when Usyk had the belts, but Usyk never fought Wilder. So you're assuming that Wilder would beat Usyk. You see? So let's not give Usyk credit either. Let's make excuses. This is where these people open their mouths. I don't care if it's Talk Sports. I don't care who it is. If it's Teddy Atlas, if it's Jim Lampley, if it's Max Kellerman, if it's Roy Jones, I don't care who it is. When you guys, look, when you guys are making these predictions, this is why I say, I'd rather make a prediction and be wrong because I thought something was going to happen that didn't versus me being influenced by people. So I go with the popular answer. I don't know if you guys been keeping score, but Teddy Atlas and these guys have been fucking wrong in like 2 out of 10 fights. I mean, like 8 out of 10 fights. They're constantly picking wrong. You imagine this fighter doing things that he's not capable of doing. And when I hear fighters say things like, I hear people like Johnny Nelson, for example, saying what Fury was doing was working, and he just stopped. No, he didn't just stop. Usyk took that jab from him. His movement was bothering Fury. Fury was trying to be cautious because he was getting countered. Okay? And even when you get like touched, they know, okay, damn, he didn't put anything on that one. Then all of a sudden, bam, oh shit, okay. He nullified what he was doing. And then you got to understand, Fury started to get tired. Usyk has better conditioning. It's not just throwing punches. It's the footwork. It's the conditioning. It's the mindset. Okay, it's the understanding of what I need to do. Okay, he's figuring me out. Let me figure him out. Remember when Devin Haney fought Lomachenko? And he said to his dad, it's like he knows what I'm going to do before I even do it. And then you idiots, oh, he even said that. Yeah, he did, stupid. That's part of the fight game. Lomachenko is a top-level fighter, stupid. Yes, so he's, what the hell do you think his father's in his corner for? And you know what nobody said, but he's only 23 or 24, whatever. No, like they did for Canelo and other people that they make excuses for because of their age. Nobody looks at Carmel Moulton and say he's only 17. Oh, man, he ain't fighting nobody. The kid is 17 fucking years old. You know, they always have a certain select fighters will make excuses for them, but everybody else just suck. All of this being said, Tyson Fury is not happy about this loss. Believe it. He knows the only way for him to be considered the best fighter of this era, he has to beat Usyk. He has to beat him. Okay? Not once, but twice. Yeah, because for Usyk to do what he did, right? Now, unless they fight in a rematch and say Tyson knocked him out or something, like dominated, other than that, no. No, but bottom line, it would still be 1-1. But he still never fought AJ. But people are going to say, yeah, but Usyk did, and he beat AJ. That doesn't mean Fury beats AJ. I don't think Fury beats him at all, and I don't think Usyk beats him in the third or fourth fight. I think AJ will beat both of them. Like, I think he'll punish them. I watched AJ do what Fury couldn't do against Wallin. He stopped him. I watched AJ do what Fury couldn't do against Ngannou. He knocked him out. Once again, AJ knocks out Ngannou. People goes, if the fight didn't end in 2 rounds, would Ngannou been able to stop AJ? What a stupid question. Ngannou had the same amount of time as AJ. What kind of dumb... That's how you see the hate. And they make excuses for this Fury guy. But once again, you see him do things in a different way. You know damn well, if you look at the Jermaine Franklin fight, if you look at the Robert Helenius fight, AJ was a completely different animal in his last 2 fights compared to those fights, even though he won. Completely, like AJ's back. So why are we still talking about what Fury could have done or should have done? No, nobody wants to see, the Fury fans don't want to see that fight now. Oh, he's got plenty of money. He's accomplished everything that there is to accomplish. No, he still didn't beat AJ. Remember how people made such a big deal about AJ and Fury fighting in the UK on British soil for Undisputed? And it could have happened, but because of Fury's asshole antics, it didn't. They don't remember. Now, all of a sudden now, Fury's done everything. No, he doesn't. He hasn't done everything. He hasn't. Now, if you're talking about he's made a lot of money, he doesn't have to fight anymore, I'll give you that. But no, he hasn't done everything. Beating Wilder? Beating Wilder? And if you look at his wins against the bigger names, it's spread out throughout the years. The years. Okay? You can't look at what Fury's doing right now and then think, okay, damn, when is the last time he fought a top-level guy? Okay, well, Wilder would be that guy, but we know Wilder's limited ass with the right hand. But when is the last time he fought? It's like, it was Wilder. When was the last time he fought a top-level guy before Wilder? a top level. It's Klitschko. How long ago was that? So what I'm saying is, Fury went into cherry pick mode. Wilder's always been the cherry picker. Fury, sporadically. Look how long the Dillian White fight came after. You see what I'm saying? So all of this. Now you look at guys, like I said, with like the lack of star power. AJ is the big dog. So outside of Usyk, now they're already talking about stripping Usyk, right? Well, this isn't new. So I don't know why people are making videos acting like it's something new. They said that whoever won, right? If they exercise a rematch clause, okay? And I believe that this is why AJ has a fight in September. He's smart. Why? Because it doesn't matter if it's Fury or Usyk that won. The point is, if the rematch clause is exercised, then they will strip whoever holds the belt unless that person fights the mandatory, which is supposedly which was Philip Urkovich, right? But they're talking about Urkovich fighting against Daniel Dubois. So basically, right? Who is it that Usyk needs to fight then, in order for him to not get stripped? Has to be somebody, right? So I don't know. I'll check to see if there's a mandatory. I haven't heard any talk. We knew that it was Philip Urkovich, but yet they're saying Urkovich versus Daniel Dubois. So if you're going to strip him, see my point when I say, where was all of this shit when Fury held the belt? No, you don't strip Canelo, you don't strip Fury, but you strip Terence Crawford for not fighting Jerome Boots Ennis. So this is what I'm talking about. So if they're going to strip him, that means there's going to be a belt out there, and I believe the Saudis are going to be smart enough to put somebody in the ring to fight for that belt. Should AJ win his fight, should Wilder win his fight against Zhang? Or should Zhang win against Wilder? Does that belt, is it vacant and then put up on the line between AJ and the winner of Zhang and Wilder? Don't know. But this is what I'm saying. So, you see, already talks about stripping Usyk. Okay. So, when I look and say, why is he being stripped? Why is Philip Urkovich fighting Daniel Dubois if he's the mandatory? Why? Because the truth of the matter is, if he's the mandatory, it's not Usyk's fault that they put the mandatory in a fight with Daniel Dubois. So that makes no sense to me. And I think that the powers that be, to be honest with you, now let's be real. I like the cards that, the Saudis have been putting on. But at the same time, that's some shady shit to me. I don't get that. Because even if Urkovich wanted to stay active, you're putting your spot on the line. Because if you lose to Daniel Dubois, then Daniel Dubois should become the new mandatory. Simple. So for you to do that, it's like, well, are they against Usyk? Was Fury the favorite? And you can't act like that's not the case. I mean, the pictures, the videos, all the praising to Fury. Okay, and let's not forget, also, Turkey did come to AJ and say, I need you to take care of Ngannou. I need you to knock this guy out. We can't have this guy beating our top guys. So, yeah, they have their favorites. Now, having favorites and showing favoritism, that's when it becomes a problem. Showing favoritism. If Usyk gets stripped within 10 days, like the rumor has it, it's something that I read, and other people are making videos about it, but they did say if the rematch clause is exercised. And I haven't heard Fury say anything about, yes, I'm exercising my rematch clause. Yeah, that's shady. We'll see how things go, but that's shady, definitely shady, and I'll talk more about that in the next coming days or weeks as I get the news on that. But there was a time when people wanted to fight the very best fighters to show that they was the best, they didn't depend on, I'm going to tell you I'm better than this person and I'll beat him, so therefore there's no need to fight him. This nonsense that people are doing now is disgraceful. It really is. Now, I talked about Frank Sanchez, like how him losing his fight, it was like, damn, out of nowhere, like, wow, okay. But at least he got in there to fight, man. You know, I don't like when fighters say, like, I don't respect when they say, I didn't have to take this fight, I could have fought anybody. That, to me, just means you really didn't want to take this fight. You more than likely did it to shut people up. Oh, y'all think I'm scared? I ain't scared of this motherfucker. Nah, I'll fight him. I'm not scared, but you didn't really want it. I could have fought anybody else. I don't respect when interviewers even say that to a boxer. You could have fought anybody else. Why this guy? Why do you think? Okay. You understand what I mean? So as a fighter, you should feel some kind of way. Like, why would you ask me that question? It's obvious I want to fight the best fighters. What do you mean? Why this guy? Why not this guy? If I would have took a lesser opponent, wouldn't you be saying, well, why did you fight this guy instead of this guy? I mean, so it's really so foolish, so stupid. But the way I see it, man, you know, for Anthony Joshua, man, like I'm hoping for boxing that if Usyk doesn't retire, right? Him and AJ get it on again. AJ, boxing needs someone to carry those straps that bring pride, dignity, honor back into those titles, into the heavyweight division. Because Usyk has done that. Usyk has done that. And outside of Usyk, I don't see anybody else other than AJ that's capable of doing that and you know, carrying the heavyweight division to where it's respectable. I don't see Wilder doing it. I don't see nobody else doing it. I see everybody else becoming divas, trying to outprice themselves and trying to, you know, I got the belts, but I don't want to defend them. Wilder's already asking for $100 million, so we're not even going to talk about Wilder. We already talk about $100 million to fight AJ, so yet he wants to fight AJ so bad. All right, whatever. So, with all that being said, right, if Usyk decides, you know what, I've done everything I wanted to do, right, I'm good. Nobody can say nothing about it because he's absolutely right about it. Like, hey, undisputed at cruiserweight. There's no other weight to go up to, class to go up to. I'll become undisputed here. And so if he retired, cool. Now, here's the thing. I believe that the Saudis is going to get in Usyk's ear. I believe they want to see a third fight, which will probably lead to a fourth fight should AJ win, and I believe he will. But bottom line, I believe the Saudis will try to make that fight happen. And I'll tell you why. AJ versus Usyk, and the way AJ's been looking, that's a bigger fight than AJ versus Wilder. Where AJ versus Wilder, that fight has lost. It's like furniture that's not polished. Now it's not only polished, but now the furniture has scratches in it and all that, dents, nicks. The drawers are floppy, so it's like, okay, you can still put things in it. It still works. Yeah, you can still have it for a lifetime, but you got to be very careful with it. And yeah, so you know what? Somebody can use it, but it's not really wanted. You understand what I'm saying? That's how this fight looks now. It's been tainted. It's you know, and not only that, like I said before, Wilder looks really desperate right now. So this fight, it's one thing when you got two giants. This is like Kong versus Godzilla. That's how the way people looked at it, like Kong versus Godzilla. This is more now like Super Godzilla versus Mothra. You understand what I mean? And of course, who's Super Godzilla in this fight? AJ. Mothra, I have to fly around and hopefully I can get lucky and shoot web and distract Godzilla and maybe get lucky in it, because otherwise Godzilla's going to crush him. This is no longer seen the way that it was. Okay, too many excuses. The losses are it's not the same. So therefore, if Wilder fails, okay, if Wilder fails against Zhang, okay, definitely the Saudis are going to be in Usyk's ear, and they're going to be in AJ's ear, and they're going to offer them a whole lot more money for them for a third fight. That's what I would rather see. Now, here's a fact. If Usyk was to beat AJ, which I don't think he will, and I'm just saying, I'm making it known right here. I think AJ stops him. I think AJ knocks Usyk the fuck out. I think. See, AJ's more calculated and more cerebral now. I think AJ beats Usyk. I'm pretty damn sure he beats. I always said it. Well, he knocks Fury the fuck out. I think he knocks out Usyk as well. This AJ, like I said, the AJ of old, I'd have went with him over any of these heavyweights. This AJ right here, same thing. All right? But if Usyk was to win, there's no need for a third fight. All right? And there wouldn't be. Why? Because Usyk is the one with the belts. But should AJ knock him out, and I believe he will, AJ, if Usyk wants a third fight, even with one win to his two, AJ can still be considered the best. Why? Because if Usyk decides, fuck it, no mas, no need for a rematch for a fourth fight, what does that mean? AJ beat this man so bad, he don't even want a fucking fourth fight with him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you didn't even want to see what would happen. Like, you made up in your mind, I won't beat him in the fourth fight. So, no. You understand what I'm saying? Now, granted, people would probably start saying, oh, but Usyk is old now, because they don't want to give AJ credit for shit. But at least in that sense, but bottom line, I believe, because Usyk has never showed us fear of fighting the guy. So I believe Usyk would go out on his shield and say, fuck it, let's go again. Now, he exercised the rematch clause. Anthony Joshua beats Usyk twice, and he's undisputed. If that would happen, if they can get that fight, AJ is now considered the best fighter of the era. But at this stage, you can't say, but he never fought Wilder. If Wilder loses to Zhang, do you understand what I'm saying? No. And then you look at their resumes and you look at who they, it's not even a comparison. So now, if not only that, now AJ goes out and beats Zhang, right? Does this set up a AJ Joseph Parker rematch? Because at this point, when you look at it, who's really left that AJ has to fight that's from his era? Joe Joyce maybe, but Joe Joyce looked like shit in his last fight, so he needs to sharpen up if he can. You understand what I mean? So now it's like, okay, you have Caballero, you have, I'm not going to write Frank Sanchez off just yet, but I believe AJ beats both of them. Now, I said I believe Frank Sanchez poses a problem for anybody. Caballero did what he did, and don't get me wrong, I never said I don't think AJ can beat Frank Sanchez. No, but I'm saying stylistically how he fights, he's a problem. But Caballero did what he did. Can Frank Sanchez come back and be the same Frank Sanchez that we've been seeing? Like, he looked like shit. I don't know. Dude, I mean, like I said, Caballero was doing basic shit. Like, the dude just had no answers for nothing, man. And it was nothing that Caballero was really doing in this situation. It was just Frank, like, it's obvious he was landing the shots, he was hurting him, but I mean, like, what I'm saying, what was so hard to figure out about what Caballero was doing? Like, he did what he did. So, for that, I give Caballero the credit that he won the fight, whooped his ass. No, can't take credit from nothing he did. This wasn't a Bivol Canelo situation where Bivol just stuck to the basics and stayed disciplined. I mean, Frank Sanchez just looked like shit Like, yo, if you heard about Frank Sanchez and you said, let me check this guy out, this is the first time you saw him, I'm pretty sure you were highly disappointed. Like, man, this dude is overrated. That's how he looked. He looked terrible. But not to discredit Caballero, but bottom line, you saw the fight. What the fuck was so hard to figure out about Caballero? You understand what I'm saying? In this fight, I just beat him with basic shit. Like I said, like a spar match. Like a guy who's had a big mouth, came in the gym talking shit, and got near with a guy that just spanked him. And he's getting hurt and going down from punches that you don't think should hurt him. But hey, man, listen, what happened happened. So Frank Sanchez has to redeem himself. Efe Ajagba, like, my point is, the Wilder fight has lost its luster. So the only thing Anthony Joshua would be doing if he beats Usyk, which I think he should, and I think he will if they fight again, there's nothing else out there for him that's a super fight. So he'd be in the same situation where you could say, well, damn, AJ was 2-time unified champion, okay, undisputed champion, and he finally beat Usyk. So the only thing, if you look at it, the only thing you can really look at is say, okay, just to say, I got one up on the guys. Well, he didn't lose to Parker, so he don't have to rematch Parker. But because Parker's been on a winning streak, and bottom line, I mean, aside from Parker, the only thing, okay, he completely destroyed, outclassed Ruiz in the rematch. You understand what I mean? So if it was just about, fuck it, me and Ruiz one more time. You understand what I mean? Former champion versus, current champion type of thing. Parker and Ruiz would really be the only two names out there. And they wouldn't even be considered super fights. You can see people just don't see Parker that way. You understand what I'm saying to you? So what do? Do they try to talk Tyson Fury into, hey, just saying. But it's not even the same if he fights Fury now at this point. They already make the excuses about Fury retiring. Oh, he's got plenty of money. He don't need to fight anymore. Frank Warren said he got so much money he can't spend it all. Okay, right? So what are you saying? He doesn't need the money. He doesn't have to fight for the money, right? The hunger's not the same. You already saying that you don't want to see the fight. It's not a big deal. Because he knows in his heart and his mind, he believes AJ's going to wind up beating Fury. And Frank Warren don't want AJ to outshine Fury. He doesn't want that. So now that you lost to this same guy, remember, I'm the guy that said, everybody talking this shit about AJ lost to Usyk. You got to keep in mind, y'all talking all this shit about Fury. Fury hasn't fought Usyk. Now he fought him. He lost to him as well. Wilder's never fought him. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, bottom line. So now, are we going to go by this logic? Let's say, for example, AJ and Fury does not get in there. AJ knocked Fury the fuck out, like I believe he will. So, do we now say there's no need for AJ to fight Wilder because he knocked out fucking a guy that knocked out Wilder and beat him really 3 times? Are we going to go by that? You see what I mean? So, for Anthony Joshua, he said he wants to retire by the time he's 37. So, he's 33, 34 now. So we're talking about in 3 years. So if he retires at 37, does he stay active and fight 3-4 times a year, 2-3 times a year? Does he, you understand what I mean? Does he just keep it at 2 times a year? Don't know. But if you look at who's who, point is, AJ would be the draw regardless, but in terms of quality opponents, there's not too many names left where he can fight any one of these guys and people are gonna really be on the edge of their seat for this is gonna be a good fight. So this is what I'm saying. The top 2 names out there, honestly, is Parker and we got to see what Andy Ruiz looks like. Is he's fighting Big Pharmacy Miller. Or does he want to, and if Ruiz beats Jarrell Miller, right? Those might be the 2 names. If he loses to Miller, maybe they finally say, you know what, this big mouth guy's been calling AJ out, saying his name, and you know, people been saying he's good for boxing. He's not good for boxing. See, him shutting Miller's mouth would make a lot of people happy. I just don't feel like Miller did anything to deserve the shot. Now, if he was to beat Ruiz, well, then we take Ruiz off the table as another top big fight for AJ. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, really, when you look at it, look at the position Zhang would be in should he beat Wilder. Yeah, I lost to Parker. Wilder lost to Parker, but then I beat Wilder. I also beat Joe Joyce, right? Bottom line. So now you got to put Zhang in the picture. So we don't know how it's going to go, right? We don't know. But out of all of those guys out there, I feel like Anthony Joshua would be the only guy that I believe would do the right thing with the belts. I don't have trust in any of those other guys. I just don't. Now, Joseph Parker has known to be an honorable guy. So, you know, he might do a good job. But I just feel like Anthony Joshua, the thing is, even his what he see and his ideals are different. AJ wants the sport to flourish. He wants the heavyweight division to flourish. He wants to be that guy. But at the same time, it's like AJ doesn't bury his opponents. He doesn't envy them. He doesn't, you know, sit there and act like I'm the only good fighter in the heavyweight division. You see, it's all about the competition. And of course, he wants the money. All of them want the money. But AJ wants that top spot. And he's willing to go in there and fight whoever he has to get to it. And I feel like Parker has that same type of mentality. But in terms of the division and being an ambassador of the sport, I feel like AJ embodies that more than Parker does. Okay, and also, you know, Parker is with Frank Warren. Well, put like this, he's affiliated with him, not he's affiliated with him. And I feel like with the Saudis putting these cards on, I don't really think they want Parker as that guy. Now, not that if he earns it, he shouldn't get it. No, you deserve what you earn. But I feel like they will probably put Parker in fights where Parker's just still trying to fight and fight and fight and fight. When am I going to get my shot? It's coming. It's coming. Fight, fight, fight. When am I going to get my shot? It's coming. It's coming. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I think they look at Parker like that. Because, like I said, he beat Wilder. Somehow Wilder's being talked about fighting Zhang. Even though Zhang and Wilder both lost to Parker. You see what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. Out of all that alone is a story. That alone is, boom, AJ versus Parker 2. That's the way I see it, man. I don't think Zhang should get a shot at AJ before Parker just because AJ and Parker fought already. So what? Parker beat Zhang. Zhang never beat Parker. AJ beat Parker. So Parker wants to prove he's still that guy. After AJ beats Parker, then who? You see what I'm saying? So for AJ to fight until he's 37, that's my point of what I'm saying. And you got Jared Anderson in the mix, so maybe he ends up being one of the guys. But Jared Anderson has something to prove. I don't feel like he just walks in there and skips the line without fighting anybody. So does Wilder and Anderson actually have a fight? That's another thing we don't know. But for a motherfucker asking for $100 million for a fight against a guy, especially somebody from his era, that according to him, everywhere I go, the number one fight, everybody want to see me in AJ. That shit is dead now, man. As far as like, nah, it's not what it was, man. That shit is like Melly Mel coming back rapping. Okay, some people from that era might go, oh shit, Melly Mel still rapping. You know what I'm saying? Overall, nah. We heard the Eminem diss, and it was like, why'd you do it, Mel? Why? You know what I'm saying? It's just not the same steam, man. Come on. People are talking like everybody want to know. Everybody don't want that fight. No, they don't. I don't even care about that fight anymore. Like I said, for me, it'll just be another big mouth shut where people are going, man, but He waited till he got old. No, he didn't. Now we got to break the story down again as to why the fight never happened, because these liars want to come out and make up excuses as to why he lost. No, here's the thing, okay, and let's keep this in mind, okay. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, Joseph Parker, Joe Joyce, they are all from the same era. I don't care about who came 2-3 years later, whatever. They're all a part of that era. All of them. F.A. Jogba, all of them. Okay? As well. Because somebody didn't get notoriety until later doesn't mean he wasn't in that era. They just wasn't in those conversations. So my thing is, out of everybody I just named, let's look at the situation. Let's look at the situation. You understand what I mean? So, who is it that AJ has to fight? Nobody. That's my point. It's nobody. He has to fight this guy. He has to. Nobody. The sport, okay? For the sake of the sport, the best fight that we can get right now in the heavyweight division is AJ versus Usyk 3. Look at everything else. Or AJ versus Parker 2. But I'm pretty sure people will be far more interested in the fight between AJ and Usyk. So that really is the biggest fight in the heavyweight division to make. If and you know what? If Tyson Fury actually retires and he doesn't exercise the rematch clause, that's just proof that even if he would have won, he still wouldn't have fought Anthony Joshua. So everybody that's saying, oh, but you know, Fury did a fantastic job. But I don't think he's going to fight AJ. Why? Because of the same reason that I don't think he's going to fight AJ. You feel the same way. You might not want to say it, but inside, AJ will fuck Fury up. I don't think Fury wants that fight. That's what they're trying to not say. That's all. So that's the two biggest fights in the heavyweight division for Anthony Joshua is Usyk and Parker. Now, even if Wilder wins against Zhang, $100 million, do you think that Wilder's going to be able to pimp the Saudis out? Give me $100 million or no fight with AJ? Well, fuck you. Simple, right? Nah, he's not going to pimp them out. And the fact that he's even talking like that, I don't even respect that. Fighters do that when they know that the opponent that is fighting is more likely going to whoop their ass. That it's actually that possible that, damn, this dude might knock me out. Because, okay, why are you not asking for $100 million to fight Zhang? You understand what I'm saying to you? Like I said, Crawford says $25 million to fight Boots. He's not asking for $25 million to fight the guy he's about to fight, right? Canelo says, if you want me to fight, what's his name? Benavidez, $200 million. He went from 100 to 200 million. Huh? Why? Why? Did he ask for that in his last fight? You see what I'm saying? But you want to make it seem like I'm not scared of him. He's no different from any other. He's done nothing. Okay. So what you're saying is he's so unworthy? You want $100 million to fight an unworthy opponent? Does that make any sense? Why the fuck would anybody pay you $100 million for an unworthy opponent? No, they know that they're risking it all. Like, there's definite. It's like this, right? Benavidez, Boots, and AJ, to these guys that's asking for all that money, they're like a fucking death trap. You just might be able to survive it. Maybe. There's no guarantee. More than likely, you're going to get caught in this trap more so than you will not get caught in it. So the danger is like, it's possible now. I can survive it. That shit can boom, and I might be able to get out the way, just, even if by luck. But it's risky. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, no. It's like if somebody told you Okay, run through a hula hoop. We got grease on the ground, so you might slip and fall on the grass when you run through it, right? Somebody might tell you run through a bear trap. It's possible you can survive it, but it's also possible that you might not, which means, well, I slip and fall in the grass because it's slippery. Okay, cool. You ever been bowling and took that step too far and slid your ass down that lane, right? I seen it happen to other people. It didn't happen to me, but you don't understand what I'm saying. So, okay, it's funny, but you didn't get hurt. I don't think you want to run through a bear trap, right? So this is what I'm saying. There's more at risk. People do that, right? You have to pay me more to do this. It's riskier. Even though the fans, okay, the uneducated boxing fans are going, oh, if they give him the money, he'll fight him. Maybe. But the point is, why is he asking for so much extra if this fighter is not on his level? Why? It's obvious there's more at stake. I feel more comfortable that I can beat this guy than I can this guy. So now I'm at the point in my career I can do what the fuck I want. Give me $25 million or no fight. That's basically what it is. Give me $200 million or no fight. Give me $100 million or no fight. Wait, ain't Wilder the same guy? Isn't Wilder the same guy that said AJ takes all the easy fights? Isn't Wilder and his fans the same one saying AJ's been ducking Wilder? Do you hear AJ saying give me $100 million or no fight with Wilder? Or is Wilder the one saying it? So I don't respect that shit. Now I don't see how the hell you could. Yeah. $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua. Yet you claim you want this fight. Remember, I want to fight him in Africa. All this shit he was saying. Now all of a sudden you want $100 million to fight him. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll see how it goes. But Wilder has lost his shine. Too many excuses. Losses when he steps up in competition. Talked all that shit about AJ when he lost to Ruiz, but then AJ comes back and mopped the floor at Ruiz, and Wilder make excuses just like everybody else. Wilder loses and we get 3 years of Glovegate. You understand what I'm saying? So now he's in a position, he loses to Ngannou. I thought we were still fighting. Really? How long have you been a boxer, man? And how old are you that you have such a childish mindset? I got my ass whooped, and my contract says me and AJ both had to win. And even though I got my ass whooped, somehow I thought I was still fighting Anthony Joshua. You mean to tell me you got hit that hard that you forgot the fucking stipulations and rules? So we're going to reward the loser. Come on, man. Make all this make sense. Now, do you think that people really take Wilder serious? Do you really think that like people that thought or saw him at one way at one point? No. Now they're like, nah, it's not the same. Only people that, has been trying to hold on to this whole we need Wilder versus AJ, and it's not the same thing, man. It's not the same. Now he definitely needs to beat Zhang and whoever else they put in front of him for that fight to get anything. Like if he went in there and knocked Zhang out, then people start saying the old Wilder is back. Then they'll start to acknowledge the old AJ is back. AJ's been back the past 2 fights. The old AJ's been back. So what I'm saying is they can try to rebuild, but it's still not going to have the same. It's not. It's not. And for me, I don't even care. The only reason for me is, like I said, because first off, like I always say, may the best man win. Now, who do I want to win that fight? Is AJ. Who do I believe will win? Is AJ. Now, after AJ knocks him the fuck out, shut his mouth and his fans' mouth, I don't care about the excuses. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, okay, let's say if Usyk is still around, do we get AJ Wilder first? That depends on if they both win their next fight, but do we get them first, then AJ versus Usyk rematch? You understand what I'm saying? Or do we never get AJ versus Wilder? If he loses to Zhang, the answer definitely is no. He loses to Zhang, I say no. I don't see the point. Tyson Fury has not announced officially his retirement. If he decides he wants to fight Usyk again, well, being that Usyk is going to be stripped, it won't be for undisputed. So, even if Fury wins, he'll be unified, not undisputed. But what will be interesting is who do they choose to fight for that vacant belt, and that's why I said if Wilder wins his fight June 1st, and then AJ wins his fight, it could be those two. The only thing, like I said, is I remember the Saudis making it known that they wanted Wilder versus Jared Anderson. So my thing is, to be honest with you, man, I'm not, see, when you're trying to just spare somebody just to keep them in the title picture, I'm not a fan of that. I don't really like that. I believe you have to earn your keep, man. But I honestly just think that AJ versus Wilder is a fight that Wilder only has one chance. I have to land the right hand. AJ can knock him out, and AJ can beat him in 12 rounds. And bottom line is, nobody wants to see Wilder fight the way he fought against Parker. And pretty much, if his ego kicks in, well, what's Wilder going to do? He's going to try to bulk up with those little bony, skinny chicken legs and try to put upper body weight on. Probably try to come in at 238 like he did before, even though they claimed that weight was too much. 213 was too small. They don't know what weight Wilder wants to be at. What? And that was his unbeatable weight, right? According to Malik Scott. According to Wilder himself. So what weight will he be comfortable at against AJ? Well, the way I see it, it doesn't matter if you're 238, 248, 258, 213, 231. You'll just get knocked out. Either weighing more or weighing less. So it doesn't really matter. But, this is something that, for me, I'm not going to look past June 1st, and I'm not going to look past what AJ has coming up. I'm just saying the possibilities of what's next for AJ should he win. And for Deontay, the Saudis are not playing this game that they just want to stick him in there. It's like, okay, we want the fight to be right. And I feel like for Wilder, he needs more steam behind him. He needs something to happen to where people are looking at this like, nah, the old AJ is back and the old Wilder is back. You understand what I mean? And also you got to understand too, even though Jared Anderson is a young up-and-coming guy, he looked terrible in his last fight. Right? Guy didn't come and fight, and he didn't punish the guy, didn't do anything. So they might look at it going, okay, look, here's how this goes. Even if you're a sacrificial lamb, if you rise to the occasion, okay, let's talk business. Let's work with this guy, right? If Deontay Wilder was to go in there and get beat by Jared, hey, Jared, you know how much money we can make together? Hey, look, get serious, get focused. If Wilder goes in there and beat Jared, they might look at Jared, because look, one thing about Jared Anderson is this. He has some power. He has decent power. He's streaky. And he's still a better boxer. He is a better boxer than Wilder. But they might look at it like, even though that he has some potential and skill, that he might be the safest route for Wilder. You understand what I mean? But he could also pull off the win, and then all of a sudden, guess what? He get the win. Let's work with him. But for Wilder, he beat veteran Zhang, and he beat up-and-coming Jared Anderson. Now, we finally get AJ versus Wilder. See, there's always a build-up, and there's always a storyline that they're looking to throw out. All that being said, where does Tyson Fury fit in? We don't know. Is Usyk going to stick around? We don't know. But the way I see it, for Anthony Joshua, once again, the two biggest and best fights that you can put together for him out there is with Usyk in a third and fourth fight, or a second fight against Joseph Parker. And You know, the same way when you look at the fact that Anthony Joshua has to beat Usyk to be called the best fighter of his era. Same thing. He never fought against Fury, and that's Fury's fault. Fury's finally fought against Usyk and he lost. So Fury has something to prove. Wilder has something to prove. You understand what I'm saying? They all have something to prove. But what I'm saying is AJ he's in the one in the hot seat. You know, he's the one that's just red hot right now. And so bottom line is, if Anthony Joshua himself once again beat Usyk 2 times, yeah, he's the best of his era. And you can't say, but he didn't fight Fury simply because Tyson Fury went in there and got beat by the same guy that beat Anthony Joshua. You understand what I mean? So I mean, to say that Fury never beat AJ, it's true. But see, the thing is, AJ has a far better resume. A far better resume. You understand what I mean? And then when you look and say, he beat 2 opponents that Fury struggled badly with easily. Fury went in there and lost to Usyk, but then at the same time, AJ came back in fights 3 and 4 and destroyed Usyk. Now let's look at Deontay Wilder. He has something to prove. Why? You lost to Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker's the one winning. So how are you the one get put in title shots, right? How are you the one they trying to put in a better position to fight for a title? So all that stuff, man. You know, politics and hand-picking people, I don't respect that. Not at all. So, you know, I think Anthony Joshua, like I said, man, you know, he's an ambassador of the sport. Joseph Parker, he has the right mindset too for the sport. But between all of these guys, I just don't see Anthony Joshua being on some diva shit, trying to just pay me this, pay me that. The Saudis are paying all of these guys very well. None of them should be complaining about the money. None of them. There's no reason to bitch about money. None of them. So, you know, this is why I'm saying when we talk about Wilder, him with that diva shit asking for $100 million with AJ at no fight. Well, just saying. What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like a man that really wants to fight with AJ? Anyway, I think I've covered everything that I want to say about this, and I'm going to end this series with the 3rd video. Talk to me in the comment section. What do y'all think? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.